You're watching Soccer Night in Detroit.
Check, check. Hello, everybody. Here we are at Toledo, where Detroit City just got a massive W. What?
Monday with the right foot. It's in the back of the net.
Well, you could say that this edition of the USL Championship did not totally provide us with thrill-seeking highlights or anything of that nature. Goals were, shall we say, left to be desired for the most part. This is what you get when you get two teams that have recently, based on stats alone, they've been stingy as far as getting goals in between in the net.
I know. Yeah, like I said this before the finals. This is the lowest scoring, except for Tulsa, 3 goals last week. Lowest scoring USL playoff ever.
Credit to the defenses and credit to the goaltending today. I mean, when you look at it, the game didn't produce a ultimate result. It did produce an ultimate result. We'll go into that as we're going through the highlights. But needless to say, the game itself was, like I said, it was defensive stop, a lot of slogginess. Let's just say it was very sluggish between both sides as well. Very few chances that could take place during the match. In fact, let's look at those highlights. Biggest highlight, though, I think.
Doctor, as they say, Rayling would say, let's examine those highlights, the good ones, right now.
The biggest highlight, though, the players walking out. The shirts say USL Pro Rel ? Try pro standards first.
Oh my.
Combined effort by both clubs in order to get that message out there. As now, since the games are going to be done, they got a CBA to hammer out.
Yeah, you're right about that. We have seen it all over the USL, including our Northern Guard supporters saying play the players. But still testy.
Yep. All right. So let's fast forward in. Let's see. This is the save where it was off the post.
Luke Bakety hit a goal, almost found net, but it missed the goal post on the 13th minute.
Yeah, 13th minute of play, and that was at the time it was the the best chance for FC Tulsa at that point. Both teams would struggle, needless to say, throughout the first half of play to get anything generating offensively at all. And it was pretty much Eric Dick. Well, he jumped up on that one, so we're seeing the highlight once again of the one that came off the post, in which Lukic had to jump up, and then Lukic with the save here off of Augustine Williams, and of course Eric Dick. Another brilliant save here late in the half.
Yeah, he was on.
We go into the second half of play. We go into stoppage time. The save of the year, J.J. Williams later in the half. Another opportunity saved by Dosick. And then the save of the match.
Oh my God! Lukic had a chance to make it 3-game winners, and unfortunately, stopped cold by Eric Dick.
Yeah, stopped stone cold twice.
Oh my God!
Twice on that play. So, needless to say, we ended up heading into penalties, and the first one coming up for Pittsburgh would be Jacqueson coming to the strike.
Passed it by Tulsa goaltender Dyer. One zip.
Yep. Yep. Well, it's coming up in a little.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
jumped the gun.
coming up
Sorry.
right here. The Pittsburgh contingent on their let's just say on their toes, on their, crossing their fingers and toes and all that stuff. Jacqueson, who came in late in stoppage time, would go right to the spot and put it in between the pipes. 1-0.
Yeah,
Calhera would
yeah,
get the chance next up for Tulsa, and he would put this one past Eric Dick, and it would be 1-1. Even up once more until
the hometown
Lukic.
kid, Robbie Mercer.
Until Lukic comes up to the spot.
Yes.
Lukic would be stopped by Eric Dick.
Yeah, he had the right one, but didn't get angle, and that was the key there.
That was the key there, and Lukic, for all that he's done in this postseason, you could tell the frustration would be there. Great stop by Dick.
God,
and
he never
like I said, Lukic has been the guy all postseason long. But it was Beto Edrach to the spot to give Pittsburgh their first championship in their 26-year history.
Yeah.
Bangs it in. It's over. Pittsburgh moves on to become the champions and the first Eastern Conference champion since 2018.
Yeah, it's almost 8 years, and I think all the Eastern Conference teams are happy. Let me tell you, 26 years, they were in A-League, USL-C, USL-PO, the Professional Development League, and 772 games in their lifetime, and they finally lift the trophy.
But do we get to see the lift of the trophy?
No, because
CBS decided that it's time for Big Ten college football. Paul McDonough says, "Here's your trophy," as it fades out. We didn't see the trophy lift.
Yeah, the last image we saw is the captain holding the trophy. He's not in the USL champion thing, whoa, and all that. The broadcast ended at 2:50 p.m. because
Plenty of time to bring a stage up. We don't care about those four morons that are on college football today. Most of the people are watching the second game or the first game of the college football doubleheader anyway. We don't care about those four morons in New York.
I'm
saying this. I know we got the Big Ten rights and all. It was freaking Oregon. Who cares? Oregon and USC.
And I tuned into tuned to UND, which I have my cable box. They ran longer until their allowed time ended at 3:00. So
did they even show the trophy lift then?
No.
So they didn't even bring the stage up.
Like there. But I found on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds YouTube page, Facebook page, they were lifting the trophy. You saw that. I want to say we were wrong.
That right here.
Yeah.
At least you get a trophy. You get a trophy lift out of that. Thank you to the Riverhounds for doing that. But yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, we gotta pack things up. We got a big college football game between USC and Oregon. Who cares? Half the state of Michigan don't give a two shits about it.
They're
more worried about Maryland than they are USC right now.
Yeah, this is what
Oregon, for that matter.
All right, this is what I just said for the last couple of years. Why a 12 noon start? You know what I mean? I could see that that's the only time slot. And then the women's get the stage all themselves. I know NWSL is Division 1. I know that. They start at 7:30. They'll have plenty of time for extra time and the trophy left. But we get peanuts? Like, what the fork?
The last couple of years, the Western Conference has hosted the final. Could you imagine, say, like Sacramento or Orange County ended
Yeah.
up getting home field advantage for this thing,
And it would
and
be
you
9
had a kickoff
a.m.
at noon? That means the
It would be
kickoff out there would be at 9
9
a.m.
a.m. Yes. Last year final was 10 a.m. in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Definitely an unfair advantage, but they're assuming that this game's going to last 2 hours. When you have a game like this,
And it's a title
especially
game, not a regular season game.
especially when you have a game like this, especially between two teams as stingy defensively as these two teams were, there was a high possibility that this thing would go extra time and in the penalties. I predicted it would go to extra time. You predicted it would go to the penalties. So
Yes,
there
I
was
did.
that high chance that would happen.
It was a high chance because they didn't give up a goal all playoff long.
Neither team
Literally.
did. Neither club did.
No. The team almost went through over 13,000 minute combined, both Tulsa and Pittsburgh, without giving up a goal.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a defensive struggle either way in. I mean, granted, that second half was a slog. There wasn't really many highlights to share from that one, but I mean, for the most part, it was going to be a defensive slog. We knew it was going to happen. Lukic probably had the best chance of if it didn't double hit off Eric Dick, he had the best opportunity of the evening. Also, you could say J.J. Williams, or not, Augustine Williams early on had a chance as well late in the first half to make it 1-0 for Pittsburgh. And they could have. I mean, he could have had that chance as well. But like I said, credit the goalkeeping, credit the defenses of both of these squads, because this was going to be a slugfest, I should say.
It was. And can I give you the stats of this game? Tulsa had almost 55% possession. They almost dominated the extra time portion. Shot 17-6, 17 shots for Tulsa, 5 on target. Pittsburgh got 6, 1 on target. You know what I mean? And the fouls, there were aplenty. Literally, 44 fouls, 24 for Tulsa, 20 for Pittsburgh. Corners, and Tulsa, being very stingy, got 3 yellows. So
I was gonna say there wasn't really. I mean, maybe most of those yellows would come like later in the match itself. As I'm looking at the the stats as well, the full time stats. Yeah, as far as the discipline, let's see. Yeah, 3 yellows, 1 for Pittsburgh. So a total of 4 cards in the match. The official of this match. Let's go back here.
who was the official?
Yeah, the official of this match was Elijah Oregon, and he let a lot of that stuff go. I mean, the only time Pittsburgh got a yellow card was when Robbie Mertz pulled down Dom, and that was an obvious call. That was an obvious call right at midfield. That was the only time in the whole entire match that Pittsburgh got the shall we say yellow at that point. But needless to say, nobody went off on a red or anything like that. And oh, by the way, the man of the match, Eric Dick.
Yes, well deserved. Like I said, if they awarded MVP for the playoff, it would have been Eric Dick, because he was totally on all playoff live. He's stymied Hartford. He's stymied us at Detroit City FC. The would have, could have, should have. They stymied Rhode Island, and now the trifecta is complete.
Yeah,
denied.
And the top rated players other than Dick.
Yes.
So let's go on FC Tulsa side first. Batista, defender. Weber, midfielder. Colley, midfielder. On the other side, Edrach, and Barnes. Those
Uh-huh.
those were your top stars of the match. Your defenders
I
and your
know.
midfielders.
And nobody got a chance in forward, literally. Near obviously Williams, near your counter like I said, this was so defensive that left us watching highlights saying, "Holy shoot!" You know what I mean? Can anybody
Five,
score a goal?
5 shots on target for Tulsa, 1 shot on target for Pittsburgh.
All extra time, right?
I mean, this is throughout the whole entire match.
I see, my
Yeah,
brother
5-1. And
on
this was,
target.
I mean, I think before then it might have been 4-1 or something like that. But yeah, I mean, you weren't going to see a lot of shots on target. Uh, I mean, I got something in the morning kick around Discord chat. This is the way that you're going to sell your this is not the way to sell your league. But what do you do here? You got two of the biggest defensive teams in the league going up against each other, not giving an inch, not yielding anything until penalties.
I know,
And even that ended up being 5-4.
I know, I
So,
know.
needless to say, I mean, it is like it was perhaps the most toughest. It was a tough game, a slogfest, and all that. Kudos to Pittsburgh for winning the title. I
They,
know, I know,
they,
I know a
they
bunch of.
deserve. They deserve it. That was one of those gritty performances where they won 3 of the games via the PK. They KO Hartford, they KO'd us, Detroit City, and they KO Tulsa to lift the trophy to become the champions for the very first time. Well freaking done.
Okay, hypothetical here. You
Okay.
think they would have done the same thing to Lou City?
You mean the game against Blue City where we
No, you
upset them?
think they would have done the same thing to Lou City? Speaking hypothetically.
I would not. I don't think so because I think Blue City was, like I said, world beaters this year, and I would not. I wouldn't think if Blue City beaten us, they would have beaten Tulsa. Although I would say it would have been even. You know what I mean?
You think they probably would have had a chance against Pittsburgh had they beaten us?
Yes, you're right. You're right. Also,
Especially being at Lynn family.
I know. Also, a good woulda, coulda, shoulda moment, and hypothetically, well, if we have beaten, if we would have been on target against Pittsburgh in that penalty kick shootout, would we been lucky against Tulsa as well? Maybe.
That's hard to say as well because um when you look at, I mean, because we're looking at it through a playoff system. Okay,
Yeah.
would have been Rhode Island that was in there? I don't think they would have had. I think SC Tulsa probably would have had a chance against Rhode Island. Defensively, I think we would match up well with them.
Yeah.
I think it'd probably end up coming down to the same thing,
Uh,
in my estimation. The thing would be though, I mean, now seeing as Stephen Carroll would have been probably a bench player for this one, if
yeah.
had to have gone this far. Knowing the back three and the way that they played against Louisville, the way that they played against Pittsburgh, knowing that back three, that could have posed a hell of a challenge for those guys.
I know.
And the midfield coming on, helping out strong with Isaiah LaFleur and Villanueva, and even if they had Kobe Hernandez Foster coming in late as they have been, and Gonzatti being the midfielder, I mean, that was like they were stingy on goals late in the year as well. Detroit City was, if you remember correctly.
I know.
But I wouldn't trust Rhode Island's defense though. But they had a great job in doing that against. Well, I said they would. What did I say they would do? Did they say they would beat North Carolina? Or no. That was never mind. No, I said that Pittsburgh would beat Hartford. Um,
And here then our hypothetically, if it was,
Hartford would beat Pittsburgh.
and here then our hypothetically, if it was Rhode Island against us, it would have been their first game at Center Bank Stadium for the playoffs. Remember, they have not played a playoff game in Rhode Island, either at Bryant Stadium or Center Bank Stadium. Not once.
That would have been the final if that would have happened. I mean, that would have been we would have to travel to Center Bank Stadium for that one. So I mean, very interesting scenario there. But like I said, lots shoulda, woulda, coulda. But the actuality is the Pittsburgh Riverhounds definitely deserve to be in this spot, and they proved that throughout the playoffs this year.
So, by the way, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rank the championship game, and how do you rank the playoffs overall?
I mean, it did share its excitement when it got down to penalty kicks. When you think about it, there's nothing more. I mean, there's nothing more dramatic, and nothing you don't. And there's nothing more dramatic, and it's something you don't want to be in.
I know.
We've had the pleasure of doing both.
I know.
Sadly, we didn't want to be in penalty kicks against Pittsburgh. That's for damn sure. And I think Tulsa's regretting it now as well.
I know.
I know one Stefan Lukic is regretting it at this time.
I would like to say Stefan Lukic is now the sickest man for missing a PK. That is probably
sickest man in America? Did you just go Vern Lundquist on us?
Yes, I just said
Shout out to Vern Lundquist. Also called some games in the NASL back in the day.
Yes, I know. I'm going way back, and by the way, great comedian Happy Gilmore. But other than that,
oh yes, yeah, and in Happy Gilmore too.
And yes, I saw that recently. But honestly, Lucas, I don't know. He must feel sick for missing that. But the problem,
Pittsburgh was perfect on all 5 of their penalty kicks.
Yes, all 5. But if he saw the Lucas goal, he knew what he was going. He didn't have the angle. He just went to the left, didn't bring the angle, easy save for Dick. That's all she wrote.
Pretty much, that was all she wrote for them,
and
it was just a matter of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh just making it from the spot at that point.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that Pittsburgh got to this point. 2 of their 3 games were on penalty kick. Tulsa won 2 of their 3 games because of Lucas, and now they've combined, and unfortunately, Lucas got stopped stone cold twice and was stopped in PKs, and Pittsburgh, 3 out of 4 times, win by penalties. So
they found something that they basically found a way in which other Eastern or Western Conference teams couldn't. Well, at least 2 other Western Conference teams couldn't.
I know. One other thing before we go, one of our own from Detroit City got honored. You shared me via the.
Yes, I did. As a matter of fact,
and I saw the video, by the way.
Huge shout out here. Huge shout out here. As a matter of fact, inspiring change from within the game and beyond. The hometown hero of the year. There we go. Let's see here. Maxwell Murray is the hometown hero of the year. He runs a futsal.
Yes.
Club in the city of Detroit. Best Western. He will receive a $12,500 donation to support his grassroots organization called the Urban Football League.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know what futsal is, it's sort of like soccer, but it's in a smaller field. And incidentally, this morning I saw one match from the FIFA Futsal World Cup. I'm not making this up. You know what I mean? It's just like They play it with a small ball in an open field, out of bounds count, and yeah, they do fire. By the way,
Some a smaller pitch, I would say smaller than, shall we say, your regulation indoor pitch.
yeah, sort of like, and also smaller than the old indoor boards. Remember those indoor soccer, which
Yep.
we'll be doing in about 5 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I said. Smaller than your regulation indoor pitch.
I know, and it's
So
very exciting. By the way, high
yes,
scoring.
yes, very high scoring indeed, for sure. So congratulations to Maxwell on that. Big ups there. Um, as far as continuing community growth and growing the game in the city of Detroit,
I know, I
which
know.
is basically all that this uh, club is all about, growing the game in the city of Detroit for sure.
Yeah,
So,
city,
but
community. I love it. By the way, you know what I mean.
absolutely. So, but yeah, needless to say, what can you say about Pittsburgh for the most part as we're closing out here? Great. I mean, got into the top. I mean, a lot. Let's just say the tumultuous season that it was. First, you had the administrative, or first you had a sluggish start by them. I
Yeah.
think they were in at some point. They were within the bottom four of the Eastern Conference, and it seemed like things weren't going right. Then they started to come along a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Losses in the Jägermeister Cup, lost to Detroit in that, in fact, and I think they had another loss in there as well to Hartford, I believe it was,
Uh-huh.
that knocked them out of the competition. They
Yeah.
did have, however, though, um, end up being the lone USL team left in the U.S. Open Cup.
I know. They went farther than anyone else, considering every other USL championship side got wiped out, including us.
In round four of the
Their
competition.
exit, their exit was in round 5,
Yep.
literally.
So
The next one.
they managed to get out, that strong. And then, as you know, the Bob Lilly being put on administrative leave, Rob Vincent taking over the position, and
And then all of a sudden,
they went on that run. And that's
I
all you.
know.
Sometimes that's all you need to do. Go on that magical run to get yourself a title, and that's how it works in playoff football. Now,
So,
I got a
is
question for you.
Vincent possibly the now new number 1 if, let's say, Lilly leaves? Maybe.
I wouldn't say that's out of the question. I wouldn't say
Okay.
that's out of the question at this point.
But
But
here's another
I have a
question.
question. I
Yeah.
have a question for you though.
Okay.
Couple year, probably got another year or two of this format.
Okay.
Would you rather have playoffs for, say, like the top tier, like the top four or whatever it is?
Are you talking about when we get to Pro Rel?
Yes. Would you rather have playoffs or just
I would rather have
a straight table champion for Division One?
I would rather have playoffs, and I don't know how this is going to set up, but if it's playoff, it would be top 4.
Personally, I would rather go single table
Okay.
for the top division. Your
Okay.
playoffs would be in your second division and your third division. That's where
Just
you
like
have
they
your
do in Europe.
playoffs because you have a playoff to determine if you were to make it up a level.
I know. Yeah, that's going to be one of the tricky issues when they iron out Pro Rel, literally. So
Absolutely. And the first things first,
yeah,
pro,
CBA.
pro rel question mark, pro standards first.
Pro standard first. What do you mean by that? Can you explain a little bit?
Pro standards in which you do not have to rely on trying to find an outside trainer, first of all.
Oh, I
You have an
see.
in-house trainer, sometimes maybe two in-house trainers. Your club protects you off the field as well as far as healthcare goes.
It's understandable.
Yep, and of course, salaries, well, that's another thing too. You don't want a guy going into another league because he's not being paid well enough.
I know. I know.
So some of these, I mean, just the minimum standard. And another thing too, if your club goes defunct, you're guaranteed 75% of your salary.
I agree. We have
Not
seen it
like what
far.
we had in North Carolina.
Yes, and going back, what
That
happened
is
in Grand Valley, and what happened in Reno, and what happened
that
San
is
Diego.
here's the thing here. Valor FC
Yes,
just announced that they will be leaving the Canadian Premier League.
yes, and another team also in Hamilton. Yes,
Yeah. They said to the club the players will be compensated per their contracts
mm-hmm.
instead of like what North Carolina did. Oh, here's 2 months pay and a pink slip. Have a nice life.
Brother.
If that's not, I mean, if what they're doing in the Canadian Premier League is professional, what we're doing here in USL seems to be a little bit Mickey Mouse, if you ask me.
I agree with you. A little bit Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one thing that they're going to have to hammer out in the next couple months. In fact, next month and a half, because that contract ends at the end of December.
I know. That's going to be something to follow during the holiday season. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we got two more musings and a holiday special to go, and since this is the end of the USL season and my first full year covering Detroit City FC, and like I said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I really enjoyed my time doing this. Something I always wanted to do since I was a little thing. All the great like Ackerman and Dave Dials and Ray Lane, who we have mentioned so many times when we go to highlights. We always mention his catchphrase, "Doctor, let's examine those highlights," and all that. And we have fun in between, including connecting Joe Herring appearance to Darren Smith scoring and all that. And I thank everybody, and thank you very much for thanking me and Matt Cap for doing what we do. And I thank you very much, including some of them in the Northern Guards and all that. And thank you very much for watching. And by the way, Matt Cap, thank you very much for putting up with me all year long. Like I said, I never got to do this during the Detroit Express. Remember back in the original NASL with Trevor Francis, the original Detroit soccer star, first $1 million player with INF, who I support. They're trying to get out of their funk, by the way. But it's so special to do it with you. This was supposed to be a one-off. It turned into a really good co-hosting gig, literally.
You know what? I wouldn't have thought of anything. I mean, you coined the phrase "soccer night in Detroit," and I thought this is pretty cool. I ran with
I
it,
know.
and we ran with it. And
Yeah.
to include you, I think is the best part of it because it gives a little bit more character. I mean, it definitely gives a lot of character to this program, and I mean, me being there, trying to interview guys and doing this off the phone, maybe interviewing Neil Rule off the phone like this, I mean, it's pretty hard. I mean, we're small. We're
I
small.
know.
We'll get it. We're a small organization, but you know what? Quite grateful for those that have actually took the time to stop and interview with us, such as the Dave Dwayhees, the Hannah Crumbs of the world, Hannah Crum especially, Kayla Addison, all, let's see, most Maya Romeo, or I would say, was it Maya Romeo? I don't know.
And I remember the
I don't think
head
I
coach
don't think I did Romeo, but
the head coach of the women's team. That her name escaped me right now. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And Darren
so many.
Smith,
There's members of the women's team that we got to interview as well.
especially Hannah Crum.
Hannah
Especially
Crum is
Hannah
our
Crum.
favorite, our absolute favorite.
And we included her in the soccer night opening and in the musing opening, which is really great.
Yeah.
Also, thank you very much to Darren Smith. He got the
Thank you.
whole
Well, thank
thing.
you very much for those that took the time on the men's side as well. Whether it be Danny Dicchio, Darren Smith, Reese Williams stopped by and
Captain.
talked with us. And several of the players. Thank you to all those players for stopping by and talking with us post match as well. I know it's a hard thing to do, especially especially if you're coming after a loss or whatever it is. But we appreciate you coming by and stopping by and giving us a couple minutes to hear their thoughts on the games. We really appreciate that. Special thanks go out definitely to the club as well for
I know.
providing the area and platform for which we are to do these things as well.
Yeah, we had a little hiccup with the starting 11, but we
figured it out.
we rebounded a little bit.
We
You know what I
figured it
mean?
out.
And also, I was there for probably one of my best moments. The announcement of what the stadium and the name looked like of the new alumni fair on Michigan 20th. So.
Yes, definitely something we're going to be looking forward to, and we're looking forward to another great season at Keyworth Stadium next year, the final season at Keyworth Stadium. And
Yeah,
we hope.
Yeah, it's going to be honestly, the Hamtramck native. This is going to be one of those tough moments saying goodbye. But 10 years is a hell of a run, and already they're selling their home opening package with a light stand floodlight ornament.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if they're going to make it actual. It's going to be how do I say it? Is it going to be anatomically correct with the one burnt out light bulb, and then the other
Maybe.
five, and then the other like 4 or 5 light?
Maybe. Who knows? It was honoring the sunset jersey, the blown out light bulb, but hey, we're going to get better lighting at Alumni 5 Field, which we'll wait until Wednesday moving because there is work being done. A tease for Wednesday.
Yes, indeed. Lots of stuff to talk about on Wednesday on the musings, of course. NWSL news, they'll have crowned the champion. Plus, Jessica Berman got, I believe, she made some announcements as well and some intentions as well. And then we'll take a look at the whole Trinity Rodman fiasco as well.
And don't forget, Monday, we're going to take a deep dive because the announcement of who stay, who go will be officially announced, although we have gotten word on Instagram and just yesterday with Sebastian Gudai signing with the new League One side, the New York Cosmos, version 3.0.
Yep. So we'll be delving into that as well, the off-season news. And we'll be firing up the hot stove.
Yes, and let's mention our rest of the schedule. Musing Wednesday with the roster releases, and then a special musing after the World Cup draw on December 5th. We'll know where everybody's going, and I hope it's not bad. I'm praying. And don't forget our top 5 of the year from me and him. So
we'll do the top 5. Look for that episode. We'll be recording before Christmas. Look for that around Christmas time.
Okay.
Our top 5 of the year, as far as that goes, and that's about it until January when we get back at it again.
We don't get to bug each other until January at the clubhouse.
Yes, okay. Yes. So but like I said, it's been a wild ride so far, and glad you're aboard there, Steve.
Thank you very much, and next year, and hopefully I get a media pass for the covering from Alumni Field.
We're definitely going to work on that.
Okay.
So, all righty. For Steve over in Hamtramck, this is Mad Cat saying
good night, everybody, and have a safe winter. Bundle up.
Keep your feet in the ground. Keep reaching for the galaxy.